Hey guys, welcome back. Today's video is going to be a story time video, and I decided to mix it up a little bit. So this is going to be about the time that I almost did not get married and did not walk down the aisle. And most of you guys know I got married 2.5 months ago, so yes, it actually did happen. But anyways, if you guys would like to hear more, then just keep watching. So a little background about my wedding. I wanted to have a simple wedding, so we decided that we would just get married on a cruise, have our family and friends, about 20 of us, go on the cruise, and then I'd have a big, huge family and friend party with like over 100 people a couple weeks later. So that's how we decided to do it, and it worked out perfectly. So most of my family, like my family, my aunt and my uncle, and a couple other people, were going to take a bus down to New York City, since we live like 2.5 hours north of New York City. So they were going to take a bus down to New York City the morning of the wedding. But they'll tell you when you have a cruise wedding, your wedding director, because you get like a wedding coordinator or whatever, they'll tell you that the wedding party, or pretty much everybody that's going to be at the wedding, they should go the day before. So I didn't think everybody needed to go the day before, stay down in New York City the day before. So it was me, my sister, and my best friend who were in the wedding, and then my husband and his best friend that was in the wedding, his girlfriend, and my best friend's husband. So I think it was about 7 of us total. So we decided to go down the day before, just God forbid if anything did happen, and say we did take a bus the morning of my wedding, like, and something happens, knowing my luck, it probably would, we wouldn't be able to get married, you wouldn't be able to get refunded, it just wouldn't happen. So I wanted to make sure things went smoothly. So in a nutshell, we went down the night before, or the day before. So we got to New York City the day before. Our hotel was literally like 2.5 minutes from the port. It was great my perfect. So we had a great time that night. We went out to dinner at this Italian restaurant, and me and my best friend, my sister, we got to wear our bridesmaid shirts, because it was kind of like I don't even know what you want to call it. It was like a rehearsal dinner, but it really wasn't. But we had a really nice time at dinner. It was really fun. Then we got back to the room, and that's when I started to like really realize, Ashley, you're getting married tomorrow. Like, what the heck? So, you know, I was just trying to organize everything, get everything ready for the morning, because it was going to be a really busy morning, and we had to actually leave the hotel by like 10:30 in the morning. So it was going to be a long morning. I wanted to get everything laid out, get my dress, my makeup, everything that I was going to need kind of in order, because I like to be organized, because I get anxiety about everything in my life. So I did all that, and we were all getting ready for bed, and my sister and my best friend were laughing at me because I took a little longer than them. You know, I mean, I've got my routines. I've got to wash my face, moisturize, put my creams on, you know, the whole shebang. And after I was done getting ready for bed in the bathroom, I come out and they start hysterically laughing, because I not only, you know, take a little while to get ready for bed, but I sleep with a mouth guard because I grind the hell out of my teeth. I sleep with a mask, and I should have actually grabbed the mask that I sleep with. It's just like a little mask that goes over my face, and it's got eyes on it, so it's kind of like creepy. But I sleep with a mask because it prevents light from coming in, which helps me sleep. And then not only the mask, I wear glasses as well. So my contacts were out, I have glasses, and then the icing on the cake was my pink earplugs. So could you just picture this? I got my pink earplugs, my mask, my glasses, my mouth, my night guard, you know. So they're laughing, and they're like, does your husband put up this? I was like, yeah, he sees this every night, you know, whatever. So it was funny, and then we were kind of winding down, and, you know, we were getting ready for bed. Now, what I will say is, I already knew, like, whenever I have anxiety about something, I usually don't sleep. So I already knew that there was probably a 75% chance that I wasn't going to get any sleep the night before my wedding, because I'm getting married. Like, it's crazy. It's here, you know, whatever. So I just, you know, for those of you who are married, you know what I mean. So I knew that there was a 75%, I knew there was a 75% chance going into this that I wasn't going to get sleep. So, you know, we're winding down, we're getting ready for bed, and I decided to, well, we turned the lights off, and it was already, well, the second part of why I probably wasn't going to be able to sleep, I should probably back that up a little bit, is because A, I'm not sleeping in my own bed, and B, I'm not sleeping next to my husband. So I'm sleeping next to my sister, and it's a smaller bed. It's a queen, and I have a king. So when I don't sleep in my normal bed, like in my bed, I also may have tendencies or issues to not fall asleep right away or to not sleep well. So going into the night, we have that as the background. Next, so we're getting ready, we're winding down, we turn the lights off, and I'm wide awake, they're exhausted, of course. And I'd say about like 10 minutes in, they were probably like, I'd say 75% sleeping. And I'm a water drinker at night, so I have to have a water bottle right next to me at all times. I drink it right before I go to bed, and then I wake up. I have an overactive bladder to add to all my problems, so I get up probably 3 to 4 times a night to go to the bathroom. So whenever I do, I like to have water so I can chug it, because I'm a water drinker at night. So about 10 minutes into them probably sleeping, I decided, and you got to remember this room, it's pitch black everywhere. So I reach over my sister and I grab the water that's on the nightstand, and I reach over, I grab it, and then when I'm coming back, when I'm coming back to lay down, I fell off the bed, okay? Fell off the bed, flipped backwards, landed on my head and neck first, and then my back and my butt, okay? And you got to remember that these hotel floors are like cement, so it was literally like boom. So my sister and my best friend, they wake up obviously because it was loud, and they're like, what was that? And I'm like, it was me, I just fell off the bed. And instead of like them, being really concerned because I'm the bride-to-be and I'm gonna walk down the aisle, they're laughing hysterically. I mean, it was funny looking back on it. It really was, because typical, that would happen to me. But they're laughing hysterically. They're like, how did you even do that? How would you fall off the bed? I go, I don't know. I just went and grabbed the water and flipped over the bed. And it was a high bed, so I fell. But I will say that I was in pain. I was in a lot of pain, and I, like, right off the bat, like, when I was trying to get up, I'm like, oh my God, like, am I paralyzed? Like, what happened? And I was most nervous because, like I said, I hit my head first and my neck. So as soon as I got up immediately, my head, I'm just like, oh my God, my head hurts so bad. And like my body was aching, my back, and then I'm like, what if I fell and hit the radiator or the wall, like the corner of the radiator or whatever, like I could be dead. And I tend to, like, over exaggerate and get like really nervous and freaked out about everything. And so I was freaking out and I was in pain. I was crying because it really did hurt. I really smacked the ground hard. And then immediately I'm thinking to myself, okay, well, I hit my head. Am I going to have a concussion? Am I going to wake up tomorrow? Should I not go to bed? Because they say that when you go to bed and you have swelling, it's not good. Like if you are going to have a concussion or your head is going to swell, like not to go to bed. I think that's what it is, whatever. So I kind of already knew this, and I'm just like, oh my God, like I can't go to bed. Like I have to stay up because I don't want to have a concussion. I don't want my head to swell, my brain to swell, to start, I don't even know, okay? So I'm freaking out. My friends are laughing. They're like, oh, you'll be fine. Oh, you'll be fine. And I'm like, no, I'm not. So finally, after like 10 minutes or whatever, and plus my friend was a nurse, and she's like, okay, you'll be fine, you'll be fine, you'll be fine. But, that's not good enough for me. So we all end up going back to bed. I'm in excruciating pain, and I know I'm going to be even sore tomorrow because the way I fell. And I didn't even feel like I was going to be able to walk, actually, to be honest with you. So they go to bed, and about 10 minutes into them going to bed, I made sure that they were sleeping. I went into the bathroom with my cell phone for a half hour and sat on my phone researching concussions, like literally on WebMD, everything. And I know they tell you that you're really not supposed to do that. Like you're not supposed to diagnose yourself by looking up symptoms and stuff online, but I don't even care. I had to. I had to know what was going on. Like I was scared. Like what if I don't wake up tomorrow? What if I don't get married? Like that's a possibility. It really, really is. I'm researching concussions, and after like a half hour in the bathroom, I'm like, you know what? I think I should be okay, because I did read that if you fall on your sides of your head as opposed to the back, because there's more of your skull back there, and it's, you've got more skin and hair and everything like that. It's more padded, if you will, if that even makes sense. But around your temples and the sides of your head, that's like more exposed and it's more thinner. So I read that if you did fall on either side, that's when you really could have a concussion and there really could be some damage going on. So after doing my reading, I'm like, you know what, I don't know what's going to happen, but maybe I can at least try to ice it and try to go to bed, but I didn't even want to go to bed, okay? So I felt so alone in the world. I had nobody to talk to. I didn't want to wake up my friends, and it was like the worst night. So I leave the bathroom after researching concussions, freaking out of my mind. I leave the bathroom, and the only thing cold, we didn't have ice packs in the hotel. The only thing we had was a champagne bottle. So I walk back to bed, and I take the champagne bottle and I put it behind my head. And that's how I was for pretty much the whole night. I think I might have fell asleep for 40 minutes, and I was trying not to fall asleep. God forbid something did happen. But I had a champagne bottle behind my head, sleeping with my mask, with my pink earplugs, my mouth guard, my well, not my glasses because I take them off. So yeah, pretty like freaky, scary sight, if you will. Like, I admit I looked scary. So 6 a.m. comes around, because that's when my alarm went off, but I was pretty much already up. And like, my head's killing me. Like, it really is. And I'm telling you right now, like, when I fell, I just could feel it getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And obviously you can't see it because I have hair, but I could just feel it swelling, and I'm just like, it hurts so bad. And I was so sore all over. I was glad to be alive, glad that I didn't, that I woke up and that I didn't have a concussion, or I didn't have any bleeding going on or anything, because I'm telling you, the way it felt in the back of my head, it did not feel okay. It did not. It felt very tender, and I guess like what happened is I might have just bruised it a little, but it was just a regular fall, thank God. But at the time, like, I was still freaking out. I didn't know what happened. So we wake up and we get ready that morning, and I'm like still icing my head, and I'm trying to put hair extensions in my head, and my head hurts, and I'm dying. Like, I'm just like, how would I fall off the bed the night before my wedding? So I was just like, whatever, at least, you know, at least I can walk, because I was really sore. And then I also had a scratch on the back of my shoulder that looked like I got scratched by an animal as well, but it was really rug burn. So yeah, it was just a hot mess, you know, the night before my wedding. Like, typical, that would happen to me the night before my wedding, the night I'm about to get married. But to make a long story short, after getting ready and slaying our makeup for 4 hours, because I not only did mine, but I pretty much did my friends and my sisters, and then like my sister did my part of my hair because she's a hairdresser. So after slaying our makeup and having makeup 101 tutorials and lessons for 4 hours, I was able to walk out of the hotel, and then the next thing that happened was we could not get a cab for the life of us. My husband and his buddies, they went already. They left long before us because they were obviously ready before us. So we could not get a cab. So I'm like, you know what? I don't even care at this point. So can you picture me walking across busy streets of New York City? I mean, we were 2.5 minutes away, or like 5 minutes away, whatever. It was walking distance, but I just didn't care. Like, we need to get to the port. I'm getting married. Like, we need to get there. So I've got my dress, like, you know, I've got my dress. I'm holding my dress, walking down the busy streets of New York City, crossing streets, full makeup, full hair. You know, can you picture the sight? It was crazy. And it's crazy because my wedding turned out so perfect that day, with all the chaos that went on that night and that morning. My wedding turned out perfect. My pictures, you would never know that any of this happened. So that's the funny part. And you would never know that I fell off the bed and that I had like a huge bruise. Like, I don't even know. I'm telling you, if I had no hair, it would have been so bad you would have saw it. But you would never know from my picture. So it all worked out in the end, but I'm serious. I did not think I was going to be able to walk down the aisle. Like, I was panicking when I fell off the bed. I'm like, Danielle, Jackie, what if I can't walk down the aisle tomorrow? My back is killing me. Like, what if I don't wake up? Like, I like really was sore, but they just thought it was the funniest thing in the world. But anyway, so that is my story about how I almost didn't get married and almost didn't walk down the aisle, for that matter. But anyways, if you guys like these types of videos, let me know. I've done one story time video before. I did it about 4 months ago. It was actually about my wedding and how I had to tell one of my bridesmaids she just couldn't be in my wedding. So I'll link that down below if you guys are interested. But yeah, so if you guys like this video, let me know, and let me know in the comments if you like story time videos, and I can try to come up with a few more stories. My life's kind of boring, but anyways, don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed, and I hope you have a wonderful week, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!